Hello, my name is TC. I'm giving you match analysis for Argentina versus Zambia in the friendly. Mhm. Let's just say Zambia still have a long way to go, and yeah, let's get into this one. Let me just press this. Oh no, it's not working. I wanted to go back to anyway. Let's just play it from here. I'll play it, then I'll go back a few seconds. All right, so let's go. Um, uh, he has the ball. I do wish there was more pressure on him. He is seeing what's happening here. He shouldn't really be trying to push up because too far away to play offside. And even though, oh, sorry, while I was talking about that one, this is their back line. I know that it's a little bit bent, but you have to be straight in what you're doing. If you're going to, sorry, if you're going to drop deep, then all of you are supposed to be deep. If all of you want to, yeah, so that everyone's set in time. If you want to play a high line, play a high line. What you just, whenever your line is not straight, or especially like this, more especially when it's a center back having the ball, you give them more space. If the player was closer, example, the player with the ball was here, I would understand this because, we don't want to give them a straight line so that if he gets past one, he can come, something like that. The ball is played from very high up top, but he pushes outward. So now he go he runs forward and then the ball gets past him. You should have seen that from a while though. So he has to go. He went forward and then he goes back to where he started. Okay. All right. The ball does, and he's calling for offside, but he was the deepest player that was there. Very, very strange. And even him is calling for offside also. Now, notice Julian Alvarez. Look at the distance that the two defenders have left. And yeah, this one I'll get back to him in a few seconds. But look at how they've left Julian Alvarez. Because one player can afford to be touch tight to him. So that it's because at this point they're not really marking anything. They're not marking anything. One is on. Number 5 could have gone to Julian Alvarez and then he could have set a wider just in case this player here gets the ball. Julian Alvarez, one touch, goal. That's how quick football can change, or that's how quick it can be. Now, back to what I was saying. So he runs from there to there. Now, he's supposed to cover. I know it will sound weird, but he's supposed to cover. Because if he goes here, that's a problem because he's going to leave space for Julian Alvarez. So the midfielder is supposed to go and cover as quick as possible to just be near this player because he's alone and he's dealing with a very good dribbler or someone that can, because he's very slow. Trust me, if he's quicker, let's say for example he reaches here, you could actually make it much more difficult for that pass or for him to get another touch because he was jogging and look at how far he's reached. So if he was a bit quicker, he would have definitely been able to cut this ball out. And also, I mean, just look at how they've left. That's too much space for Julian Alvarez. Too much. Anyway, let's head on to a chance that Zambia created. Yes, they actually did provide. They managed to create a few chances. He's the last one. So, what's more important here for the people watching? Space or the man? And you guessed it, space is what's most dangerous here. So, I would actually have. And the funny thing is, the only one that's here because he's playing everyone one side. I mean, I don't know what happened. Maybe he saw the call. I don't know. Maybe he could afford to take a few steps back. He really can. You give him the space, you drop back so that you cover the space. Instead, he tries to go for the ball, and that's a really good 10. Huh? That's a really good 10. So now he's running with the ball, he's running with the ball. All right, so he's coming to cover this space that's here. He's free, and he can actually play a ball to him. He can play a ball so that he can hit it. He can give it to his teammate. He can play it up to here. He is ahead of the Argentine defender. He can definitely get some. He can definitely get a strike, and then he's also going to cover. And mind you, if he didn't want to do that, maybe he didn't have enough trust, he could actually bait this defender into him thinking he's going for the shot, lay it off to Fashion Sakala, and as he's running, maybe create a chance for a tap in. Unfortunately, he skies it. I don't know what he was aiming for. Let's head on to the next goal again. Scored by guess who? Argentina. Okay. Maybe just a few frames behind. All right. I mean, that's the first, because these runs, Argentina not. He's right here. No one is worried, but no one's worried. Then the midfield. All right, so this is the back four. Okay, and then I think this is supposed to be a 4-4-2. Yeah, I don't really mind about the formation. What I'm more worried about is number one, there's no pressure, or just an attempt try and block out a passing lane, maybe to force him to go sideways. There's nothing there, and there's also way too much open space. I mean, this is the most obvious pass, and it even gets him more forward because it's if he wants, he can go one on one. If he wants, he can play it out to his teammate. So the fact that they leave him so open, no pressure on the ball, not even trying to block out the pass. By that, just standing in front of him to avoid him giving the ball to him. He gets the ball, and look at how slow everyone is. He has to push up. I understand why he pushes up, but I just wish he stayed a bit, back in line. But I understand why he does it. There's no one near him. The midfielders, I don't know why they are. And remember, he is out wide, which I don't really have a problem with because I trust him. Because if he was here where he was, he would have gotten to that earlier. But since he's taken a few steps forward, he's given him even more ample space and ample time because he has to turn and receive. I mean, he has to turn and go towards them. That's a nice one. Once again, yeah, I was assuming he was going to play it first time, but he said, you know what? He said, let's draw him even further. Because if he was here, I don't think that pass goes through. But the midfielders are not giving the defenders much cover. And look at how much space he has. And if you're playing against a team like Argentina, you're going to need all the cover you can get. He plays it forward. Unfortunately, that was a bad strike. But then here, let's consider this as recovery. Boy is in the air. He should definitely be quicker he should definitely be quicker to that. And then now look at this space. That's too much space. He should be coming to cover a bit. Okay, we could give him an excuse to say, okay, he can go towards him, but there just has to be a Zambian player in and around here. There really has to. Just to give Julian Alvarez, not to make it so easy for Julian Alvarez to, how can I say, make it easier for him to pass there. For me, he should have definitely come a bit more forward there just to provide more cover. He is, for me, he's way too far from him. He really is. Because we're doing in just in case of cases moment. Messi gets the ball, and that's what I was saying. I would have wanted him to go there. But anyway, let's just say he's stood. I want him to be a few steps forward, but that's where he is right now. And then let's see what happens. Messi, that's a really good thing. That's the problem with playing against left-footed players. It it's so easy for them to turn you. It really is. Then now he is here. Then what he does? He's already blocking. He's assumed the shot, but Messi's on his right foot. I would have actually, been more prepared for him to pass the ball. Once again, he's still unmarked, and then there are four Zambian players around him. Anyway, two of them, and then this space here, I've seen it. It shifted. It was here. It's now moved to here, and that's where the goal scored from. They have left. No one is marking him, and this is in the box. Him. Sometimes in football, it's not always that you have to go with your man, or sometimes you just have to cut out there and go, okay, I have to think this player is open. How can I make it even more difficult for someone to pass to him? Be in front of him, just put some pressure on him. He has all the space in the world. He really does. And then just look at this, four players around him, but no one can do anything. These two failed to get this number 12. You should be reading this much, much more quicker. Same thing with him here. Both of them should be reading it quicker. I mean, because he only has one place to go, which is the space that's here. I know it's Messi. But you have to anticipate just that slightly quicker, slightly earlier, so that you can try your best to get there in time. It's an older Messi, but it's still Messi. But they should definitely be reading this much quicker, in my opinion. Because you see that he walks there, and then he can see the one. He can see it. The defender is there. He can see what's about to happen, and it's Messi. And for me, the problem I have is that he goes for the lunge when I think he would have a better chance if he went for the sliding. I mean, that's a really good strike. It really is. Should just a little more awake. A little more awake. Okay. Well, here we go again. Now he has all the space in the board. He's rushing towards the ball. and then he starts going wide. For me, he can definitely afford to run there. Not just to run crazy, crazy, but just to reach probably somewhere here and help cover his teammate because his teammate is rushing. Instead, he goes to cover the space that's here. And then his teammate takes him out. To be honest, I can't blame him because he started running from a long time. But he should have definitely gone there just a bit earlier. But I understand. But if he went there a bit more earlier, maybe could have shouted to his teammate Niripo or cover, just give him that sign that you can let him go and I'll try my best to deal with this. And it's clearly a penalty. I mean, if we look from this angle, it's so obvious. Takes a touch, boom, and that's a dive. Because for me, if look at that, he takes another step, then he just throws himself over. But anyway, that's the game. It was going to be given anyway. And then Messi actually gave it to Otamendi. He told Otamendi, come and take the penalty. And then it's the same issue that I always have with these starter step penalties. Because look at this. Willard Mwanza, he's doing his best. So you see that? He stops. Because at this point, Willard Mwanza is prepared to jump. And he goes to early. Wait, did he actually do the starter step? I don't think he does. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm not. Let's try and see if we can play through. Yeah, there. Just a bit. He delays himself just a little bit. And Willard Mwanza is already committed. Look at how he's standing. He's already decided to jump. And didn't go too well. Notice. What more can we say? This is another chance from the great Chapolo Polo. Let me play back a bit. All right, here's the ball here, and he's fortunate enough that ball, it comes back to him. He tries to go for the nutmeg, which I don't think would have worked out. He's here, he's covering. Maybe I was planning to play to Patson Daka and Fashion Sakala. I mean, he's in all the space in the world, but the ball that will reach to him, that's the problem. Okay. He manages to retrieve the ball and then he plays it to his teammate here. Now for me, the number 15, he sets up all wrong. Because at this point, you want to make it much more enticing for you to take the shot, right? Look at how he positions his body. Because from where he is, I'm expecting him to take a few steps backwards, maybe 2 or 3, so that as that ball is coming in, he has a bit more time and space. So if he's here, it's going to be one step, and then most likely those are those type of balls that go up in the air or just nowhere at all. But for me, I should just have gone backwards a bit so that his teammate can take a touch, and then maybe from here so that he can, as is, he takes those 2 steps forward, and then if pass was played to him, would have had like 1 or 2 steps just to set himself and take the strike on. Because look at what he does. Look at how he shapes himself up. That's actually really good skill from the Zambian player. And also this gap that's here. Once again, Fashion Sakala should have made yourself more open. Because I understand that he's open, but it's going to be very difficult to pass, and he has seniority. For me, if he just takes, even him, if he just makes himself much more open, he could have actually told him. Because they would have definitely passed to. He's the captain. He takes a strike. For me, I don't want to say it's a good save because it's really near to the goalkeeper. Because look at where he is. I mean, it's very difficult for him. Like, he's running, he's just dribbled someone for. I have a feeling if he tried to pass to him, it would have been something bad. I understand why he goes from here, but I just felt if he took the steps backwards, then went forwards, he would have gotten a better strike, or probably could have damaged it so that he gives it to Fashion Sakala. Yeah, it's an okay save. Let's go to the next chance. I think this one is for Argentina. Probably is. They played very. I don't even know if they played well or if we just played bad. But I think it's bad. All right, another problem here. Backline is marking someone. The rest, they're not really marking anyone. Because even the number 6 out there, he's not being marked. And then they're okay, but the problem is there's no point for there to be 2. I would rather want him to be there because you can see that this person has no pressure whatsoever, and then the best possible pass he can make is to him. Like that. I think he notices who else too. No, he doesn't. He continues walking. And if he rushed, could have actually seen that. He He should definitely be reading this. He's behind him, I understand. So he should just try to block out that pass so that he goes wider. Anything that takes the opponent away from goal, you're doing a good job. He plays it there, and that's a good save. That's a good save from Willard Manzo. That's a really good save. Okay, let's head on to the next goal of the match. Somewhere around here. Once again. There's a bit more cover from the midfield here, but let's see what happens. No pressure whatsoever. Because that's from the way go ahead, just do it. You just go here so that he forces the ball here. There's no problem. Because he is free. He is free. He can definitely help you out if that ball goes there. He can cover that space. Because what you don't want is to start dealing with balls that are going directly into the box. That's the last thing you want, especially with a team like Argentina. Last thing you want to do. So let's play this. I mean, that's just too much time and space, too much. And you've seen how he's run, even though he's offside, has created this gap here, which if we know will just get bigger and bigger. So they gave him all the time. They gave him all the time and space in the world. They really did. No one decided to pressure. That's why I would have preferred just pressure so that he receives the ball. Because that teammate at that point would have been willing to go and cover for him, but he doesn't. Bam, bam. And then it's an unfortunate on goal. He's trying to take it out, but it's really unfortunate, to be honest. I mean, there's nothing much you can do about that. It just happened. It's a simple one too, but it starts from players not putting pressure. Messi, he's happy. Molina. I mean, it all starts from here. No pressure whatsoever. I mean, he ran from here to here and no one picked up on him. No one. And even him. He read friendly. Simple one too. And then the most unfortunate of unfortunate things. I don't even know how it got that much power, but nothing much can do there. Nothing much. As they say, it's I don't know what to say it's normal, but it just happens. Okay, Argentina have the ball. Anyway, it's a drop ball, but I feel it's too close. I mean, they could have taken it all the way back. I mean, Messi has the ball, and he's watching. He's ball watching. He's ball watching. And at this point, I wouldn't have a problem with him breaking off from his line. By that I mean just taking a few steps backwards, so that he can actually see the ball and the man. And you see, that's really good. As Messi's up, he just flies off. By that time, he's already been taken out in the game. Not enough men. I understand why he's following the ball, but he leaves space to the person behind him. Oh, he actually stops. I wonder why. Pressure from him, probably. Oh, that's cheeky. And then, I mean, all the time and space in the world. That's a goal. I think that's deflected, but I'm not too sure. Otherwise, Zambia Kuchalo. Big ups to all the Zambians that decided to wake up at 0-1 and watch this match. That's incredible from them. Very good to support your team, but Zambia, I understand it's Argentina. I understand that they're the champions, but still. I mean, even I think Morishwana did better against Argentina than Zambia. I think for them it was just 1-0. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it was a 1-0 or 2-1, but it wasn't something as bad as this. Let me just check. Yeah, because it was definitely, it was Argentina 1-1. At least they scored. There's a lot of work to be done in Zambian football, and then on top of that, the AFCON. Otherwise, that's been a match analysis, and we hope Zambia improve. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next match analysis.